Hey guys, I'm going to outline you, hopefully relatively quickly, on the concept of pentatonic scales, which I have named, the most powerful scales in the world. I call them that because they are extremely versatile in that you can use them in just about any melodic genre that focuses on tonal harmony. I mean, I use them all the time when I'm improvising on guitar, piano, and jazz, blues, rock, acoustic stuff, pretty much everything. They're pretty cool. If you need to write a melody and you're stuck, use these. That's the purpose of this video, how you can use them to write a melody. So, you need to understand a little bit about major scales before we jump into this. Hopefully you just know the basics. If not, go learn a little bit. If you want, you can use my tutorial. But if not, let's jump right in. If you want to follow along with me and use this chart, just go to my website, go to music theory, and go to pentatonic and blues scales. Okay. So, in any major scale, you have 7 notes. And those 7 notes each have a name. Each degree has a name. The first note in a major scale is called the tonic, that's the root note. The second is the supertonic, etc. In a pentatonic scale, we're just going to focus on the major pentatonic scale for now. You only have 5 notes, hence the name pentatonic. And those 5 notes are 5 of the notes that are in the normal major scale, except we're just missing 2, and that is the subdominant, or 4th, and the leading tone, or 7th. So if we wanted to make a major pentatonic scale for the key of C, in the key of C, we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then C again for the octave, or the tonic note again. If we chop off the subdominant, which would be F, and the leading tone, which is B, and we just keep C, D, E, G, and A, we have the C pentatonic scale. So, well, major pentatonic scale. So you can hear the difference real quick. Let me play it for you real quick so you can hear and visually see the difference. So I'm going to first play the here's the C normal C major scale. That's your normal run-of-the-mill C major scale. If we wanted to make that the C pentatonic scale, that's all we have left. Going up and down. I'm sorry. There's our C major pentatonic scale. Okay, so you can hear it sounds a little bit different. Now, if you notice, you can visually see right here it's chopping off the F and the B. So why does it chop out those 2 notes? Those are the 2 notes in a major key. The 4 and the 7 are the 2 notes that tend to create a little bit of dissonance. The 5 notes it's keeping pretty much always sound 100% good no matter what style you're doing. So that's why pentatonic scales are safe. You can use them on the spot and you're pretty much guaranteed it'll sound good. I mean, the 2 notes it's cutting out are this and this. And you can just kind of hear those already don't even sound good. If you chop those out and you're just left with this, those are all nice sounding notes. So, you can kind of see why you would chop out the 4 and the 7. Anyway, using those, it's extremely easy to write a melody because if you literally hit those notes in pretty much any order, you'll get something that sounds nice. That's why they're so fun to improv with. But let's say I'll play a chord progression and, well, I'll just stay in, I guess I can stay in C for now. Yeah, I'll just stay in C just for the purposes of this. But let's say I have a chord progression in C and I need a melody for it. Just so it's in time, I'll go make an actual chord track. But we want to add a melody to a simple chord progression. That would be well, step 1 would be making a chord progression. But let's go ahead and do this real quick. Okay, so I'm in C major. I have a chord progression. I want to add something to it so it's not boring. So let's see what I can do. We know that I'm in C major, so we know that my notes are C, D, E, G, and A. If you didn't know that, remember you just make the normal C major scale, chop out the 4th note and the 7th note, and there you go. So I'm just going to walk up the scale really quick so you can hear how it would sound with those. It sounded, it matched it perfectly. If I were to now improv a little bit and make something up, there you go. That was me hitting literally random notes in the C major pentatonic scale, and I came up with that. And as you can hear, it sounded pretty neat. I mean, it matched it pretty well. There you go. That is using a major pentatonic scale to improv. If I were to do that in, let's say I have a cool chord progression. Let's do, I'll jump into D, and I'm gonna do B minor to A to G. And I want to add not exactly a lead melody, but I want to add something to put in that chord progression. So this isn't going to be the lead, this is just going to be to spice up the chord progression. It'd be very easy to do that with the pentatonic scales. Alright, so if I'm in D, you know in D there's two sharps. Well, if you didn't know that, there are two sharps in D. The key of D looks like this. I'll pull it up, or I'll write it. Oh, sorry. There's your D major scale. So if we look at this, our fourth note is G, and our seventh note is C sharp. So we chop those two out. If we chop out the G and the C sharp, then we're left with, and that sounds nice. So if I'm going to play my chord progression, B minor, A, D, and I want to add a little substance to it, let's see what I can come up with, just using my pentatonic scale. There you go. Made something up real quick. Every single note I just played in my little melody was in the D major pentatonic scale. I probably look kind of complex right now, but I promise you, it's all it is was this, my chords, and then that was literally walking down the pentatonic scale and just adding in a B as a bass note every other note. And there you go. I had a pretty cool sounding thing. Now that could be my foundation, and then to that, from that, I could create or very easily create a actual melody to go with that. So if I wanted to improvise along with that, it's going to be kind of hard without a metronome, but let's see what I can do. Walking up and down the D major pentatonic scale, that was all there was to it. So, kind of look a little bit daunting, I guess, if you're just looking at the notes like that, but the theory behind it is so simple, and it's so easy to make something that sounds nice. That's why it's a lot of fun to work with. Now, real quick, let's talk about the minor pentatonic scale. So the minor pentatonic scale is essentially the same concept. We have 7 notes in our minor scale, and all we're going to do here is, instead of chopping off the 4 and the 7, we're going to chop off the 2, which is the supertonic, and the 6, which is the submediant. So we're chopping off the 2 and the 6 instead of the 4 and the 7. But when you're talking about relative keys like C major and A minor, C major and A minor have the same notes in them. You're chopping out the same note out of each one. So what I mean by that is, in C major you're chopping out the 4 and the 7, which is the F and the B. In A minor, you're chopping out the 2 and the 6, which is also the F and the B, just different degrees, same notes. So, in A minor, we have, let me pull this up real quick. In A minor, we have our 7 notes. Let's play this real quick. There's our A minor scale. We're going to chop out the 2, and we're going to chop out the 6, so B and F. So, exact same concept, just different degrees, but same thing when you're improvising. If I'm in the key of A minor, and I wanted to solo along with that, then of that, it'd be pretty easy to write a melody, as you can see. Hopefully that explained pentatonic scales to you guys. Actually, while I'm on it, I'm just gonna, I guess I can mention the blues scale real quick. I don't actually have it included in this chart, but the blues scale is essentially a minor pentatonic scale plus a flat 5. So what that means is the A minor scale, I'm only going to talk about this because for certain genres you might want to use it. Usually you're going to use it as a grace note. You're not really going to stay on it because, well, okay, let me show you. Flat 5 in the key of A minor. The 5 is E, so flatten that. You get that. Okay, there's your blues scale. But, I mean, that note doesn't exactly sound awesome, so usually you're only going to use it for a second to lead into the next note. So here's what I mean by that. You don't usually want to stay on it too long, but that's your blues scale. It's just the exact same thing as a minor pentatonic scale, but with a flat 5. So the formula for that would be, in the minor scale, your formula for that is just gonna be 1, 3, 4, flat 5, then 5, and then the 7, and that's your blues scale. That one's a little bit more difficult to use. I mean, that's pretty specific to blues and jazz, but yeah, hopefully that explained your pentatonic and blues scales to you decently. Yeah, if you guys have any comments, questions, etc., feel free to comment on the video, email me, get in touch somehow. Yeah, hope you guys liked it. Thanks.